بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sunday class lesson number 37, Basic Religious Teachings. Learn to joke but stop making fun of others. Dear children, today we want to tell you in light of the Quran and the Hadees about an evil act. The evil is mockery and ridicule. An important point to always remember is that Islam is not a dry religion. Rather, it allows many things that bring happiness. For example, Islam permits joking, also known as humor. You might be surprised to learn that even our Prophet Hadrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam engaged in humor because joking creates an atmosphere of joy and love. Today, we'll share a couple of incidents from the life of our Prophet Hadrat Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam related to humor, which will give you an idea of how to joke appropriately. But before relating the first incident, we want to ask you what are the two relationships between our Prophet Hadrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and fourth Khalifa, Hadrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu. If you know, it is great that you are informed about the Islamic knowledge. If not, we'll let you know today. The first relationship is that Hadrat Ali was the paternal cousin of our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You must have read that after his grandfather Abdul Muttalib, our Prophet was raised by his paternal uncle Abu Talib. Hadrat Ali was the son of Abu Talib. So Hadrat Ali was the paternal cousin of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The second relationship is that Hadrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu was also the son-in-law of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Dear children, as a Muslim, it is essential to acquire such knowledge of Islam. Now, hear the incident. One time our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Hadrat Ali were eating dates together. The Prophet ate dates and placed the seeds in front of Hadrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, while Hadrat Ali put his date seeds in front of himself. After they were done eating, our Prophet joked with Hadrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu. The Prophet said, "Oh Ali, you are such a big eater. Look at how many dates you have eaten." Because there were the lots of date seeds laying in front of the Hadrat Ali. Our Prophet joked with Hadrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu with great respect. Responded, "O Prophet, I placed my seed in front of me while you ate the seeds too." This is called joke or humor. Another incident related to the humor of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam involves an elderly woman who came to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and asked if she would enter paradise. The Prophet told her that no old woman would enter paradise. The old lady started to cry loudly. The Prophet asked, "Why are you crying?" The woman replied, "You said that no old woman will enter paradise, and I am worried." The Prophet then said, "No elderly woman will enter paradise in her old age. Allah will make her young before she enters paradise." Allahu Akbar. Dear children, you understand now what kind of humor is appropriate. Now let us also tell you an important point. Joking is a sunnah as long as it remains within limits. Just as everything has limits, so does humor. Therefore, you have the right to joke with friends, and if you joke with the intention of following the sunnah without laying or hurting anyone's feeling or disrespecting or belittling them, then remember that such a joke even be rewarded, as you have turned someone's sadness into joy through your kindness. Dear children, sometime a friend or relative may be feeling sad or going through some hardship. In such time, you can gently joke with them to lighten their sorrow and bring a smile to their face. Remember that while it is fine to make joke, you should never make fun of others. Joking in a way that brings joy is a part of the sunnah, but making jokes that insult, humiliate, or hurt others is strictly forbidden. Dear children, make a promise today that you will never make fun of anyone. Rather, will keep your jokes within limits. Another point we would like to mention is that avoid ridiculing others. In Surah Hujurat, Allah has forbidden mockery. Pay attention to these words. Addressing the believers, Allah has stated, يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا يسخر قوم من قوم عسى أن يكونوا خيرا منهم ولا نساء من نساء عسى أن يكن خيرا منهم. O you who believe, no man should ever scoff at other man. Maybe the latter is better than the former, nor should women ever scoff at other women. Maybe the latter women are better than the former ones. Dear children, it is great sin to mock and ridicule others. Keep in mind that if you make fun of our friend, relative, or neighbor, it implies that you consider them inferior to you. But remember, the one you are mocking could be better than you in the sight of Allah. So, whether someone is young or old, rich or poor, do not mock them or treat them with disregard. In your class, there may be a child who is dark skinned, has a physical limitation, or it is different in some way. Think carefully. If today you mock someone for being blind or black or lame or disabled, imagine if you were in their place, and someone mocked you, how would you feel? How much would it hurt? So whenever you are about to do something like this, think, if someone did the same to me, how hurtful would it be? Today make a promise that you will never ever make a fun of anyone or treat them with ridicule. Joke with your friend in a respectful manner. Remembering that the purpose of a joke is to bring happiness to others, not to cause them pain or distress. Yes, jokes are allowed in Islam, but avoid lying while joking. Even when joking, lying is not allowed. Our Prophet Hadrat Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam never spoke a lie, even in jest. Stay within limits while joking, and first assess the mood of the person you are joking with and whether he can tolerate your joke. Make the kind of jokes that he can tolerate. Remember, the purpose of joking is to connect heart, which is why we sometimes call it delight. If a joke does not bring people closer, but rather breaks their heart, it is not a joke, but rather a form of harm. Now, inshallah, I will explain 2 verses of the Quran Majid. وَوَصَّيْنَا الْإِنسَانَ بِوَالِدَيْهِ إِحْسَانًا. And we have enjoined upon man to treat these parents with excellence. Our parents nurtured us, cared for our comfort, and fed and educated us. We should remember the kindness of our parents throughout our lives and always treat them with goodness and gratitude. While we can repay many people's favors, we can never truly repay the sacrifices our parents made for us. Second verse is وَأَتِمُّ الْحَجَّ وَالْعُمْرَةَ لِلَّهِ, and complete the Hajj and Umrah for Allah. Hajj is obligatory and Umrah is considered a sunnah or nafil act. Allah commands us to perform Hajj and Umrah sincerely for His pleasure. Now inshallah we'll explain 2 hadiths. Ittaqillaha haysuma kunta. Fear Allah wherever you may be. These hadiths mean that whether we are with others or alone at home, in the marketplace, at work, or in school, college, we should live every moment in the fear of Allah. Second hadith is Man sarra ala mu'sinin yassara Allahu alayhi fid dunya. Whoever eases someone difficulty, Allah will ease his difficulty in this world. Whenever we see someone in trouble, our sense of humanity should awaken and we should take a step to help the person and ease his hardship. If we do so, Allah will ease our difficulties in this world as a reward. Now, inshallah, we'll start series of the Messenger of Mercy, Muhammad under the care of Abdul Muttalib. After the passing of his mother, the Messenger of Mercy was raised by his grandfather Abdul Muttalib, who always kept him close. Abdul Muttalib loved him even more than his own children and treated him with a great respect as if he were an elder. For Abdul Muttalib, a mat was spread in the shade of the Kaaba, and all his sons would sit around it. Only Abdul Muttalib himself would sit on this mat, but when the Messenger of Mercy, Muhammad Sallallahu would arrive, he would sit directly on the mat. The sons of Abdul Muttalib would try to take him off the mat, but Abdul Muttalib would tell them, "Leave the son of mine alone. By Allah, he has a unique dignity." Then he would invite the Prophet to sit beside him, putting him on the back and watching his movements with joy. Whenever Abdul Muttalib ate, he would say, "Bring my son to me." When the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu came, Abdul Muttalib would eat. When Abdul Muttalib would sleep, no one would dare to go near him except the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu, who would go and sit on his bed. Now, inshallah, we'll explain good morals. A compassionate and kind person is ethical. A person with a heart full of compassion for the weak, the poor, and the needy is seen as someone of good character in the eyes of Allah and His Messenger Muhammad Sallallahu. We would reflect on whether seeing someone in need awakens our feeling of sympathy within us. In the sight of the weak and hungry stirs empathy in our heart. We can be glad that we are indeed the people of good character. As human beings, and especially as Muslims, we should strive to be compassionate, caring, and supportive of others. If we see someone hungry, we should feed him. If someone is thirsty, we should provide water. If someone is sick, we would serve him and pray for him to get well. Now, inshallah, we'll explain life etiquette, some etiquettes of Zakat and Sadaqa. Sadaqa should be given with sincere intention. If there is no particular reason, it is better to give Sadaqa discreetly. One should learn the ruling of Zakat and Sadaqa. After Zakat becomes obligatory, it should not be delayed. Zakat should be given before any nafil Sadaqa. Sadaqa should be given from lawful earnings. Good quality as some items should be given in Sadaqa. Give Sadaqa from things you personally like. Start with the needy relative first. Seek out those in need and fulfill their requirements. Treat those who ask for charity kindly. Welcome those who come asking for help. Do not send anyone who asks for help away empty-handed. If there is nothing to give, politely decline. If someone asks for help using Allah's name, try to give him something. Do not remind Sadaqa or cause hurt. Do not take back Sadaqa once given. Now, inshallah, we'll explain Shariat Issues statement on water. Water that has been used by people or lawful animals such as cows, goats, pigeons, doves, horses is considered pure. All type of water become impure if filth falls into them, except for two causes. First is flowing water such as rivers and streams. Second is large still water bodies like peak, ponds, or large pools. Still water is considered large if it is 5.5 by 5.5 yards in length and width, approximately 16.5 feet in length and width. Reservoir or pound of such dimension will be considered large. If a creature with flowing blood falls into water and dies, such as a bird, chicken, pigeon, cat, or mouse, the water becomes impure. A large pond or pool of water only becomes impure if its taste, color, and smell changes due to filth. Creatures born and living in water such as fish, frogs, and those without flowing blood like flies, mosquitoes, lizards, and ants do not make water impure if they die in it. Morning and evening supplication. Supplication when entering the home. Allahumma inni as'aluka khayra al-mawlaji wa khayra al-makhraji. Bismillahi warajna wa bismillahi kharajna wa ala Allahi rabbina tawakkalna. Supplication when leaving the home. Bismillahi tawakkaltu ala Allah la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Be prepared to answer. Now we'll ask you a question. Please give the answer. What is the difference between joking and mocking? Did our Prophet ever joke? Did the Prophet ever mock anyone in his life? State the incident where the Prophet joked with Hadrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu. What did the Prophet Muhammad say to an old woman as a joke? Recite and explain the words from the Quran that forbids mocking others. Seventh one, it is excessive joking permissible? What is the purpose of joking? Is lying allowed in joking? What is the harm of mocking others? What command is given in the verse 15 of the Surah Ahqaf? What is the meaning and the message of Fasbiru Sabran Jamila? What would Abdul Muttalib say when he ate? State 6 etiquettes of Zakat and Sadaqa. Who eases the difficulty of someone who helps other in hardship? Please give your answers. Okay, children, class is dismissed. I'll see you next Sunday. Barakallahu feek. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.